So I've had a lot of people ask me what it was like to weigh close to 500 pounds. I think I got up, my biggest was probably 490, but at that point it gets a little hard to weigh yourself. So, yeah, people will just be surprised and like, how did you ever get that big? And what was life like as a person that big? Because it's really uncomfortable questions to ask people, right? But I guess it feels safer to ask someone who's lost a lot of weight. So, um, wow, being nearly 500 pounds was a completely different life. Um, I don't know how I got there. I had, some mental health issues, depression, anxiety, that instead of having treated, I treated myself, I guess, with food. I also lived with someone, my ex was very overweight as well, and that kind of encourages you to not eat healthy when you have a lot of unhealthy foods in your house. That's not an excuse. I had a lot going on. I loved food. I used it as a tool to deal with my depression and things like that. Um, wow. So people completely treated me differently. People were rude to me. Either that or people would give me this look that I cannot describe and I never see anymore. It's like this, half smile, half pity thing that people would often do. I don't even know if they were aware of it, but I had a couple of people just drop their jaw open when they saw me, and um, I had people, adults who didn't know me, make comments about my weight in public. And it's unbelievable to me now how people treated me back then, because I didn't realize that I would be treated so much differently when I lost weight. Um, Everything was just harder. Even like going out to eat, I would have to call ahead and see if they had any tables, because sometimes there were only booths in the restaurants where I lived, and I couldn't fit in a booth, so I had to make sure that there was a table that I could access. Clothing was very difficult. I would shop at Torrid, but it can be quite pricey, and sometimes I would need to order clothes online. I did end up getting to a jean size that was bigger than Torrid carried, bigger than Lane Bryant, bigger than Avenue. So I had to order online, or I would get these like flyers, magazine things in the mail, and I'd order my clothes through there. Um, let's see what else. I kind of made myself a list here. Just doing basic stuff that I can do now, that just climbing stairs, going in anybody's car, being able to buckle my seatbelts, going for walks, going for hikes and outings and things like that. I was always tired. My body hurt. My back hurt so bad. When I was grocery shopping, I would refuse to sit in the carts that you ride on. Um, I was like, no, those are for people with disabilities, and I am overweight, and I caused my overweightness, and I'm going to walk. And but I would end up like leaning over my cart and just kind of like pushing it along. My back would hurt so bad, and my hips and knees. I was on every kind of medication that's weight related that you could imagine. I was diabetic. I was on thyroid medication. I was on obviously insulin. What else? I had high cholesterol. I think I said thyroid medication. Anything that you can think of, my blood pressure, anything related to weight, I had. And I'm happy to announce today that I'm not on any medications for medical issues. So let's see what else. My health. my mobility. It was hard to get around. It was hard the way people treated me. I ate a lot of food that was expensive uh, and just unhealthy stuff. And the more that I could pile on my food, um, the the better I liked it, and I just wanted to feel full. And yeah, my relationships. So my husband, I was big when I met him, and I was over 400 pounds when we got married. So I don't really feel like that's the reason my marriage ended. He always still called me beautiful, even after we broke up, and said that that was never an issue in our relationship. Um, I did get a lot of no judgment, but people who had fat fetishes. So I got hit on a lot, but I didn't want to be with anyone who had a fat fetish because I wanted to be seen as a human being and not as a fetish. So I did, go on a couple dates before I met my husband, where I was quite large, and could tell after a little while. I had one guy who's so cringy, like grab my stomach and was like, "Ooh, all this meat." I was That was the last time we got together. Um, so yeah, life was rough. I didn't realize it. Like I didn't realize I was that big. You can lie to yourself, and I would look at other people, and I would think that they were so much bigger than me because I couldn't be that big. Um, I didn't take full body shots. I just took headshot pictures. There was a lot of things that I didn't do. Like I love to dance, and I would dance sometimes if we went to like the plus size club. Um, Sorry, I had to take care of my dog real quick. Um, yeah, so I would dance sometimes if we went to like the plus size club, which again would always end up. A lot of guys with fat fetishes would go there. But when I went places with my friends that weren't specifically for people who were plus size, I didn't like to dance in front of people. Um, what else? I Most of the time I wore like stretchy capris and big t-shirts, and I had these favorite Nike flip-flops. I lived in Florida, and they had like the cushioning inside, so they were more comfortable. So that's pretty much what I wore for an average day. um, so yeah, I think that's it. If anyone has any questions, I'm not going to be offended. um, Gosh, I was 490 pounds. I don't, this. I think the embarrassment and all that is behind me. Um, that doesn't mean that I'm not body positive. I think that you should love yourself exactly as you are. However, I do feel bad when I see people weighing that much, and I want them to understand that there's a whole different life out there, and you wouldn't even understand how amazing it would feel to lose that weight. So love yourself, but love yourself enough to take care of yourself. And if you have any questions, hit me up. Be well.